Hey folks, I want to show you on my bench here what I've got for some fletching jigs. Mainly because when I made my new little compact bench that works as kind of my whole archery setup, I received quite a few comments about the tool on the right there. I'm grabbing all my jigs here for the Blitz. They're asking me what that one is on the far right. And, I thought I'd just kind of show you what I got in general and why I got what I have in general. So I'm just laying things out here for you, and I'm just going to talk about, fletching from the standpoint of just, plain old archery coach for 4-H, lives on a farm, got kids and family that shoot and what we do. And I just want to kind of lay things out and show you the jigs that I use and kind of just give you a why I use them, and maybe this will help somebody out there. I know there's a ton of very detailed videos out there on how to fletch arrows. I get that. Everybody's got their glue. If I'm using blazers, I like blazer bond. I like that. I like the max though when I'm putting on, DCAs. And sometimes I'm just repairing vanes on arrows. It happens to me a lot. 4-Hers tend to nick them up, drop them, break them. It doesn't really matter. And I just, like to do it to be nice to them. They need help. So I use these different jigs to make those repairs. And some work better than others. And I guess that's why I have three. And one that trips everybody's button is, what is the one on the far right when you saw that first opening shot? So basically what I've got for jigs here is I've got, the Arizona E-Z, or which is now the Easton E-Z, or however you want to look at that. The original Arizona is the same as the Easton as far as I can tell. And then I've got in the middle a Blitz. And then on the right, which everybody's asking about, I've got a tower jig, a Bohning Tower jig. And it's a complete jig, and I like that. So I'll just kind of go through these for you the best I can. I laid them all out here. I got all their parts out that I own. This being the easiest one here to do, I think, in regards to simplicity. This being the most detailed, which is the Blitz. I love it for a lot of different reasons. Okay, but it can do 4, it can do 3. It's got a lot of nice features to it. It's really nice, and it's certainly probably my favorite when it comes to repairing a single vane when a 4-H'er is damaged or wrecks something. I've got it set up the way I like. This is the tower. This is the one that I like the best when doing my own arrows. So when I've got a new shaft and I've got to decide between a 1 degree offset helix, and I got like these orange ones on it right now that I'm tipping up, or I got to decide if I want to do a 3 degree helix, or if I want to do, straight, or I've got different types of arrows, 6mm, 4mm. I got ones with nocks, ones that don't have nocks, all these different things. The tower jig is really nice as long as it's kind of new and fresh and first time. As I jump back over here to the Blitz, just want to kind of show you how these guys both go on kind of similar. I've got them both set up to accept the back of the arrow without the knock on. Now that's a little different because when you go over to the Arizona or the Easton ones, they've got the need of a knock to sit in them. So again, just differences. You're going to need your knock when you're using this little guy because it goes down there, clicks into a bar. It's kind of a set deal. I've got 2 sets of arms. I've got the right I think this might be a helical. I always forget. I just don't use this one often in the right. But I've got the right on, and I've got a set of straight. And I can tell you right now, I don't change these arms much because it's a pain. It is just a pain. You got to take a little tool and knock out the pin and change them. Heck, if I was going to use this tool a lot, I'd probably have at least 3 of them. Probably a left, a right, and a straight. That'd just be me. But the one thing that is nice about this tool is it's fast and it's convenient. If you got a 4-H'er that knocks off a couple vanes, strip all 3 off, smooth it out, and if they're straight, you put the straight ones in. If it's a right, put the right ones in, and that's a little pinhole there I'm showing you. that you've got to knock out to put the arms in. And this thing will do it really, really quickly. One thing nice about this device, you really don't need a table to work off of. You can lay it down, it carries easy, it throws in the gig bag for going to the range and stuff like that. So that's the nice part about it. The bad part about it is I feel there's really no adjustability whatsoever. I mean, I own a straight and I have a right, and if you can find a left, great. But there's nothing more you can do. The degrees that are on there, the offset that's on there is all it is. Versus the Blitz, I love this. I mean, especially when I got to repair one single vein. I've got the straight, I've got the right helix, I've got the left helix. I can do 3 vein or 4 vein on this. I can only do 3 on that one. I mean, this one here has just got more adaptability. And then the tower, we're back to only doing 3. I will give it that much. It's a 3 setup, but I can do 1 degree offset left, 1 degree offset right. I can do 3 degree helix, 3 degree right helix. I can do straight, I can do feathers. Just trying to think of them all. I got different settings. You just loosen this little screw and you can slide it in differently. You can change out the arms. It's got these little, like, I don't want to call them like, kind of like trapezoids. You can drop down on this and that tightens it up on the arrow. And you know, I don't have the silver release tape on these, but some people do put it on. They give you different setups for different things, and the only thing I can tell you that is a little difficult with it is plastic, so it's a little bit cheesier to me in that regard. But I sure like that it handles a wide variety, especially if you want to, you know, like a tower like this, if you want to play. You can screw this thing down to a table, screw it to a piece of wood, and then you can just kind of play with your arrows. Okay, do I like a straight? Do I like a 1 degree offset? Do I like a 3 degree right helix? You know, do I like a left one onset? Do I want to work with feathers on the same jig that I do blazers on or DCAs on? Okay, you can do it by just changing these out. You know, like here's the blue ones, there's green ones, there's gray ones, and they're all got their markings on them, so you can tell. It's still hard for me to show you in the video here. So for me, if I've got bare shaft and I'm going to set up, say, a dozen of them, I'm probably going to take my tower jig. I'm going to set it up the way I want. I'm going to stick my veins in it. It's held nice on the table so I can lay my glue in each one. I can put my arrow in the base, 4mm, 5mm, 6mm, and they got bases to accommodate them. And then fold it up, drop the clip on it, make it work. 5 minutes later or less, pop it off, open it back up, stick a new set of veins in, get a new arrow, ready to go. I like this tower jig for that. I really do. But again, I'll come back to the fact that it doesn't do 4 and it doesn't do repairs the easiest. You would have to line up 2 of your veins in there to get the 3rd vein attached. It's just a little trickier to do, and I just like doing it better on the Blitz. The Blitz is just easier for me in that. So my favorite for repairs is the Blitz. My favorite for fast on the range is the Easton E-Z. But that's probably my least favorite of the 3. And my favorite for new is the tower. So that's just, you know, coming from my perspective. Again, I love that Blitz. You know, it just, so many things you can do with it. It's just slower to do because it's 1 vein at a time. The tower is nice. It's all 3 at a time. It holds your veins for gluing. It's the nicest. Fastest though is going to be the E-Z. But again, it doesn't stand up well on a table. You got to just go wherever you go. To me, the Blitz is my favorite. But the tower is really nice at times. I don't really care for the E-Zs all the time. But again, we use them. I get it. You know, sometimes it comes in handy, and it's the only one that really fits in the gig bag to get out to the range with too, just so you know. So I just kind of wanted to show you this because I've gotten some questions on it. I thought it would be neat to show you guys it. Coming from just a real guy in his, you know, shop with a little table and what he does. And for people that want to know, this is a complete tower jig kit from Bohning. This is what it's got in it. Again, straights, both for mylar veins, plastic veins. It's got offsets for feathers. It's got the plastics 1 to 3 degree, both in the offset and the helix, both right and left. It's pretty nice. Appreciate you watching, folks. Please like, subscribe, follow us, and support us.